Okay, so this video I want to talk about um, the marriage between science and spirituality. So, because I feel like the more time goes on, like the more we're seeing that, and it's always been around, but like I feel like things have been hidden from us. I mean, based on stuff that I've heard. But now we're like finding more and more that like there is no difference between, or there's no like separation between like the metaphysical, like the spiritual and the physical, like science and stuff. Like it's just like the only reason we think that is because we haven't learned about it enough. We haven't learned enough about it yet. But like there's already research going into like how consciousness affects reality. I mean, it started with, I don't know what it started with, but like with quantum physics. I'm getting tired of talking this much. This is my third or fourth video today. Shit. Maybe I can talk in a different way that conserves energy. But anyway. Yeah, maybe I can chill out. Okay, so what was I? Oh yeah, like there's been research going into. Oh yeah, so quantum physics. Quantum physics showed us that like on a quantum level, the observer, like the existence or the presence of an observer has an effect on the result of, or has an effect on quantum molecules, like either the presence or absence of an observer has an effect on the presentation of quantum molecules and their behavior. You can fucking look that shit up. I don't know, a double slit experiment and fucking, I don't know, wave particle shit. So yeah. So then well, I feel like I'm really chilling out now. Okay, great. Oh, so from there, okay, so obviously, like, that discovery is fucking insane. Like, you know, up until then it was like, what, Newtonian physics and just objective truths and reality. That was like the accepted thing. And then we get on a quantum scale and it's like, oh shit, like, we're affecting this shit. Like, at the building block level. I mean, of course there's like infinite smaller microscopic levels, but like at that level, at that small of a level, like we are affecting reality. So I mean, there you go. Like, I mean, I'm trying to think of an analogy. I don't know. I can't think of one. I'm thinking about like a smoothie. And like, you're affecting the ingredients of the smoothie. And then you blend it all together and it creates the whole big smoothie. I don't know. That's like, that works. Like the quantum molecules are the ingredients of the smoothie. And then all of this entire this entire reality is the giant blended smoothie of the effects that all of consciousness has, including all of us, on the quantum particles or level of reality. Yeah. And so, okay, recently I came to the conclusion that, like, the realization that one's imagination exists on the quantum scale. Because, like, one's imagination, like, you use your imagination, you know, your ability of your thinking and your visualizations, and good or bad or whatever, the way that you think and perceive reality, and because that's what you're projecting out into your reality, right? That's how you're creating your reality. So in your imagination. So if you can, like, control or, you know, use your imagination the way you want to, then, you know, that's how your life changes, or your life will become that. So there's that. So then I wonder if you can, like, look at the particles of imagination, like on a quantum scale microscope or some shit, or however you would do that. Like, how would you do that? Some sort of, like, brain, would it be in the brain? Measuring devices or some shit, like how do you, I mean, I guess it's just brain activity, maybe, like engagement with your imagination. I mean, you're just thinking. I don't know, maybe it's already been done, or maybe it's already happening, or it's probably already, like, it'd be interesting to see, like, if you could, like, what if there was molecules to your imagination? I mean, I guess that's just your thinking. So then there are other molecules to your thinking? Would that be your neurotransmitters? It might be. So then, what are neurotransmitters on, like, a quantum scale? I mean, I guess it's just like electrons and protons and fucking quarks. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I don't know where else to go with that. But so then, where was I? Oh, so yeah, I guess neurotransmitters and shit. So like, there's already been, like, research, like Dr. Joe Dispenza and a lot of people, Heart Mind Institute or whatever the fuck, or I don't remember the name, but like, your thinking is producing chemicals in your biology, neurotransmitters, hormones, maybe stress hormones, but, like, you know, like, you have certain thoughts, like, something happens in your life, or you, like, intentionally think a particular thing, and then, you know, a feeling is produced, right? Like a feeling of happiness or sadness or anxiety or whatever the fuck. And, like, those are, you know, there are corresponding biological, I don't know, markers or activity. So, which means that, like, this idea that, like, your thoughts create disease and illness, like if your thoughts are creating physical manifestations in your biology, and then, like, say something stressful, and then, like, you know, you can feel tension or stress build up in certain areas of your body, right? So like, that's why you get massages and whatever. And so like, if you're like in certain thoughts, certain stresses, it can vary depending on the individual, but a lot of them are also the same in everyone's particular body. Like if you have particular stress about something, a particular area in your life, then the tension builds up in that area, and then it gets worse and worse, and then you have fucking back pain or neck pain or like some sort of I don't know, autoimmune disease where your body is attacking itself, and then or cancer, it's everything. So basically, how your thoughts create your reality, literally, like your physical reality. And so it's like, we've spent so much time, especially in the Western world, Western medicine, invested so much into this idea that like health, like health is purely physical, and that there's no relationship to the psychological. I mean, of course, we're finding more and more now that there is a relationship, but which is great, but I feel like there should be more focus, because it's the source. Like, it's not just like physical shit is happening not because of consciousness. Like, consciousness is the source of it. And so if you want to if you want to fix a problem, you get to the fucking source. Like, and I suppose like, we didn't know, maybe a lot of people didn't know that it was the source. But now we're learning more and more. And so now this speaks to the idea of just like, being able to change. But there's like a lot invested in the way systems are run currently, right? So maybe that should be my next video. Yeah, that'll be my next video. But staying on topic, yeah, the fucking, where the fuck am I? The relationship between consciousness and physical reality. So, like, and you don't even have to like believe in God. You don't even have to be spiritual to like believe in any of this shit. Like, because like I said, like, there are biological things happening. There's biological activity happening based on what you're thinking about, what you're feeling, how you're thinking. So, and like, none of that is necessarily innately has to be called spiritual, right? Like, that's why I'm saying like the marriage of science and spirituality and whatever. I mean, essentially it's like talking about what is invisible. And just because it's invisible doesn't mean it like doesn't exist. Like, thoughts are happening, like abstract thinking is happening. It's not like it's just made up. I mean, in a sense it's made up, but it's still happening. So what else? And what did Nikola Tesla say? If we like spent more time, the science spends more time talking about the invisible, then we'd be able to like, we'd have like more shit known in the universe and whatever the fuck. And then look what happened to him. He got fucked by systems in place, with agendas and investments and whatever. That's the next video. So then, I don't know what else. I don't know. Like in my own life, I have back pain. Like I've had back pain, but it gets better when I do shit and think shit that, like, it even goes away when I do shit and think shit that, like, because it came from fear. So when I do things that, are opposite to that, essentially, it, like, goes away, it releases, and, like, I can feel it, like it's happening right now. And so, and you know how you see people, like, I mean, I see it all the time, like, and I've done it myself, like, adjust themselves, like adjust their neck or adjust their back, like especially after like a particularly tense, or maybe even a kind of tense moment in the conversation, or in the interaction, like, or during, like, when there's a feeling that just some level of tension or discomfort with oneself in the situation. Like, and there's so much of that in the world, like, and it's sad. Like, it's like we're just not comfortable with ourselves. I guess that's another video. Yeah, okay, shit. Now I got 2 ideas for 2 next videos. I guess I should write these down. Okay, let me write that down. In my journal. Great. Okay, what was the first one? Oh yeah, the systems in place that are fucked. Corrupt systems? Okay, yeah. Corrupt world systems. What was the other one? Oh, how we're sad, or how we're not comfortable with ourselves. Discomfort with being oneself. I mean, everyone knows about that, right? Well, who the fuck cares? Might as well talk about it. My handwriting is shit. Anyway, so okay, consciousness and yeah, I guess that's it. I mean, okay, where can we take this? I mean, where does this go? I mean, essentially, like, we can change our entire world just by thinking it and then, like, putting it into action. I mean, oh, that makes fucking sense. But like, there's something, there's like a lack of belief in it, which is, I'm sure, related to, fear, disbelief in oneself, guilt, fucking bulldozing over one's own emotions. Oh my god, emotion, that's like a huge part of why this world is so fucked. Like, so much bulldozing over emotion. For survival. Okay. More topics, fuck. Okay. Yeah, so there's that. Wow, so I gotta write all this down? This is going under number 2. Emotion, survival. Maybe those might be different topics. We'll find out. Okay, so then, so yeah. So like, yeah. Is that... Because, like, if... Like, in the future, this is how... Like, in the future, if we all embraced this together... what a crazy idea. I'm guilty of it too, it's fine. Like, okay, we could... It would start on the inside of each individual. And believing in oneself, like, forgetting about the past and the personality, the identity, like, fuck all that noise. Like, it's just programming. It's all just the programming that you've acquired. So you can reprogram yourself the way you want. And, okay, that's another topic. Like, what do you want, right? Like, okay, like, oh, well, I want a new car. That's great, but go deeper, okay? Like, how do you want to be purely joyful and fulfilled in yourself and in the world? And, like, how do you want to, like, you know, because you don't have to just survive anymore. Like, you can be your best self in the world and, like, have relationships with people, and have the world open up to you in ways you never even thought possible. And that's also why I'm doing this, because that sounds nice. I've been alone for a long time, and yeah, I did that by choice, and yeah, I felt like I had to get away from, like, people that I wasn't vibing with anymore, and partly never did, kind of. Not to be all black and white about it. Still much love to everyone. But yeah, not everything's perfect. Whatever, anyway. So, like, duh. What am I trying to say? Oh yeah, so if we all did this, like, things would be so much better. Like, you would know who you want to hang out with. You would know, like, you know, like, you would just be whole. You would be more whole, more sovereign, more independent, interdependent. Like, isn't that what we all want? Like, okay, and if you're not doing that, then, and if you don't want that right now, then, like, that's just part of your journey. Okay, but we're talking about what I'm envisioning for the fucking future, right? So, like, all of us being like that, like, all of us being fucking on our fucking shit, self-fucking love, which translates into, like, love for the world. Like, you can't just be fucking selfless, like, not in the, because that's just a fucking scam. Like, true selflessness means, like, you love yourself so much you can let go of yourself and, like, give to the world, okay? Like, it's not just, like, instant forgetting of your own needs and just, like, sacrificing yourself to the world. Like, that's not, then no one is whole and everyone's just giving from a source of emptiness. Like, come on, Howard Rourke, Ayn Rand, they said it all. Like, so, Fountainhead, read it. Anyway. So yeah, consciousness and its effect on reality. So, like the whole world could be, like, fucking super and grand. Like, everyone could just be, like, fulfilled with themselves. Not necessarily no more sadness, but at least, like, probably, like, no more loneliness, which is huge. Like, That's insane. That'd be fucking insane. Like, no more loneliness. Like, think about that. That'd be fucking insane. Like, honestly, loneliness is probably... I mean, loneliness is essentially lack of self-love. That's like the root problem of everything. I mean, yeah, it's fear, right? I mean, that's all the same shit, kind of, right? So, like, fear of loving yourself for some reason. I don't know, probably survival or... So then... Why is somebody calling me? So then... Yeah. Okay, so then if there was no more loneliness, and everyone, like, loved themselves and wholly, then everyone would be super fucking authentic and unique and original. I mean, how much fun would that fucking be? Like, how fulfilling would that be? And, like, how much more value would everyone be providing to the world? Like, and pure, like, pure value, like, pure, just purity, like, that's the goal. So, man, I mean, that sounds fucking awesome. And then, like, and then it would be like everyone, it's like everyone would have their following. Like, everyone would be like, have their fan base because, maybe, you know, if we're still doing digital, if we still have internet, which we probably will, unless we fuck ourselves with, I don't know, with our greed and shit and AI and taking over and whatever. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But, like, cause, like, take YouTube or take in being an influencer, like, everyone ideally is, like, just being true to themselves and then accruing a fan base. And, like, everyone can do that. Like, everyone can just do that. More and more now, more people are just doing that. And it's just based on you. Like, it's just based on you being yourself. And, which is nice. I mean, not everyone is just like, maybe some people are playing an act or not being authentic or playing a role for views. But that's not, like, what I'm getting at. And that's, like, sad. But it's okay. Anyway, so yeah, ultimate vision of consciousness, like, full humanity, consciousness affecting reality in, like, the best way possible. And then, like, we could fucking evolve and be better. So, that sounds cool. Okay, that's good.